All right, soulmates, a Michael Jackson biopic is in the works.
I'm here for it. Lionsgate and director Antoine Fuqua are taking on the musician's life in a film titled Michael. The film is being made with the permission of Jackson's estate and will address all aspects of his life, but is unclear how the film will address the many controversies involving the late music icon. Jackson, who won 13 Grammys and rose from child stardom in the Jackson 5 to become the biggest pop star in the world, died at the age of 50 back in 2009.
It looks like Stephen A. Smith has fallen to the pressure of the Rihanna Navy. Smith caught a lot of negative press this week after his recent appearance on the Sherri Shepherd Show. The sports commentator responded to a question about Rihanna's upcoming Super Bowl halftime performance. Now he's apologizing to Rihanna regarding comments. Take a listen.
Are you excited for this halftime show?
I don't want to say I'm not excited. She's fantastic. That's not where I'm going with this.
Okay, where you going?
Ladies and gentlemen, she's a lot of things. She's spectacular, actually.
Yes.
And congratulations on new mamahood.
Yes.
There's one thing she's not.
Uh-huh.
She ain't Beyonce.
I know she's not Beyonce, but wait a minute.
I meant it as no disrespect to Rihanna. I know she's phenomenal, and she's my sister. Nothing but love for her. But Beyonce is my sister too. I got love for both of them. Rihanna, go do your thing. I apologize for creating whatever brouhaha comes of this. I gotta be more careful.
Smith has since clarified his words, saying he personally believes Beyonce's performance was so iconic that anyone who gets the opportunity to do the halftime show will have to measure up to that. He said, quotes, "I meant it as no disrespect to Rihanna. I know she's phenomenal and she's my sister, but love for her and Beyonce, both of them are his sisters. You know, the love runs deep, and so does the critique on social media. But you know, I mean, I didn't feel any venom behind it when he was sitting on Sherri's couch and he said it. You know, I actually didn't take offense. I didn't think it was a dig, at Rihanna. Beyonce and Rihanna are two very different performers. They're very different artists, right? And so, to a lot of people, I think he was just sort of stating the obvious. No shade. But they're not one and the same.
It's shade. I mean, just in his cadence and the way he went about it and the way he set it up, shade. I mean, we're infamous for, pitting, especially females, against one another. I can remember back in the day, there was always this thing with Mary J. Blige and Faith. There was always this thing with Erykah Badu and Jill Scott. And if you talk to all of these incredible artists, they'll tell you there's enough room for everybody. And so, listen, there's a song back in the day on First Generation Hip Hop by Houdini. It's called Big Mouth. And that's what I always thought Stephen A. has, even when he gets into it with some of his fellow colleagues or some of the sports cats that appear on the show. He's just always kind of sometimes rubbed me the wrong way. And I think this moment on the Sherri Shepherd Show is proof that he's just, his mouth is just too big sometimes.
I think there's an opportunity for us all to practice a little something.
What?
Assume no malintent. Assume no malintent. I don't think he had any heat behind it, right? But I appreciate that he was man enough to take to social media to clarify it and to say, you know what? Got love for Rihanna, got love for Beyonce. His mouth got in the way. That's big.
Can we go on to the next story?
Rapper
Flo Rida wins big in a lawsuit against the energy drink company Celsius. A jury sided with Flo Rida after filing a lawsuit against the energy drink company, claiming they owed him over $82 million from an endorsement deal that began back in 2014. The rapper stated that his endorsement of Celsius's product line was a huge benefit to the company's overall success. In return, he wasn't properly compensated for his contribution to the brand that involved Flo Rida having a small ownership stake. Celsius responded by stating that the contract made between the two parties was fulfilled. They also believed that Flo Rida's endorsement didn't have any effect since it took place before the end of their agreement back in 2018. In photos that were shared on social media, Flo Rida can be seen embracing his attorney after the judge solidified his $82 million court win.
Jamaica's #1 track star, Usain Bolt, is missing $12.7 million from his account. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. Lawyers for Usain Bolt said that the money is missing from his account with a private investment firm in Jamaica that authorities are investigating. His attorney, Linton P. Gordon, provided the Associated Press with a copy of a letter sent to Stocks and Securities Limited demanding that the money be returned. Gordon said Bolt's account once had $12.8 million, but now reflects a balance of only, get this y'all, $12,000. That's a whole lot less zeros.
Better get that man his money back. All right, the most recent class of Songwriters Hall of Fame inductees were officially revealed. I'm so amped. Snoop Dogg is among the 7 names on the list. The legendary rapper will soon join Sade, Teddy Riley, and others for this year's inductees. The Songwriters Hall of Fame was established in 1969 with a mission to honor the people who were behind the music. A songwriter may only be considered for induction 20 years after the first commercial release of a song they wrote.
In many, many ways, sports and music go hand in hand. That's where one local recording artist found his niche. You've probably heard his work too. And there's more where it came from. Fox 2's Wood Woodruff reports.
One pride, two times, driven by Detroit. Yeah. Game day, we live from the Lions Den, and now it's go time.
His name is Terry Fox, but he's known as PL, and the 37-year-old Ann Arbor native is famous for his sports anthems, like this one that ran during the regular season for the Detroit Lions.
Of course, I grew up, watching the Lions. I'm from Michigan, so I always enjoy watching them play and, win or lose. But making music for them kind of felt like I was a part of the family. I always loved music, always loved sports, and I put the two together and started that journey.
And it's not all just glitz and glamour. There's plenty of hard work that goes into sports music production, no matter what team or network you're freelancing for.
You definitely have to put your pride and your ego to the side, because ultimately it's not about you. And I think that's why I have so many opportunities, because I never make it about me. I always make it about the team. For the NFL's 100th season, it was called the NFL 100. So I did like 30 songs for teams and players, just kind of, paying homage. And I heard from Deion Sanders, I heard from Joe Namath, I heard from everybody. Barry Sanders. It never gets old to me. It never gets old. Even what I do, it never gets old. It's always exciting. And I think that comes with just staying in the moment.
New fans can listen for more of PL's punchlines at the Big House, Ford Field, the Little Caesars Arena with the Pistons, and all through the playoffs on the NFL Network. Man, this guy is everywhere. Creating classics in Westland, Woody Woodruff, Fox 2 Sports.
Different when you think of Pistons, now you know.
And our thanks to our colleague Woody Woodruff for that great story. Be sure to check to see if your favorite team has a beat made from right here in the D. We love to see it. I mean, we talk about content creators so often. That's for folks that are wondering, what is a content creator? That gentleman right there is an example of the kind of content creators that make our experience that much more dynamic, and I really love that Detroit is playing such a big part, not just in the NFL in general, but hopefully we'll have a chance to listen a little closely during the Super Bowl to maybe catch a beat or two.
We shall see.
Yeah.
Yeah, great story. Enjoyed that.